Hey there. Welcome to my Uber. Where are you headed? That's great. Well, it should show up on the app in just a second here. How was your flight? That's great. All right, here we go. So we're gonna go ahead and just gently head on our way to your destination. That shouldn't be too bad, actually. It's about a 20-minute drive to your destination. Yeah, of course. Yes. Yeah, let's go. All right. So right now we're in the southern part of Miami, and we're going to be going to the northern part. So we should have a nice drive through the city. How was the weather over there before you left? Ah, that's great. Is this your first time to Miami? Oh, awesome. Welcome. We just have a little bit of traffic here. Well, Miami's been pretty hot recently, but we're just getting to the fall months here, if you want to call it fall. But it shouldn't be too bad now. Yeah, it can get pretty hot in August and July, but around this time it starts to get pretty nice. You see a lot of people coming from over where you're from to escape, to get some tropical weather. So you said you've been to Miami on business before? That's awesome. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I do a little, besides just driving for Uber, I do a little YouTube, work over YouTube. But I do this to sort of help ends meet, and I just like meeting cool people like yourself. So when was the last time you were in Miami? Oh, wow. It's been a few years, huh? Well, a lot has changed in that time. It's definitely a bit of a hot spot. That's actually the train right there. The metro for Miami. It's not very, doesn't have a lot of track, but it definitely can be useful if you live, especially in the city, in the main areas there. Did you need any water or anything? Are you okay back there? I put on some music or... Okay, great. No problem. I'm here if you need me. We'll just enjoy our relaxing drive. So you said you're from up there. What brings you down here today? How long are you in town for? Oh, wow. That's so interesting. Oh, wow, that's really cool. Well, like I said, welcome to Miami, and I hope you'll enjoy your trip. So are we headed to a hotel, or? I see. There's a lot of beautiful hotels in Miami. But since it's been a while for you, Miami is actually where you're headed, is actually to South Beach, which is just one part of Miami. Miami, the city, the proper city, the boundaries are actually on the other side of the freeway. So you're going to be staying in the more touristy area, but more luxurious and well-known South Beach area. It's a lot like the quintessential Miami that everyone envisions when they're here visiting. So you're going to have a great time. So right now we're sort of going through an area called Coral Gables. Coral Gables is a lot of sort of old money, early turn of the century history. The history of Coral Gables in a lot of ways represents the history of Florida. Because Florida was a vacation and a bit of a place to escape from the northeastern winters. And the railroads were built all the way down here, and slowly hotels and other accommodations were built for the travelers, and eventually there was a real estate boom. And Coral Gables was one of the first sort of luxurious areas. So we're driving through that right now, headed north. In about 15 to 20 minutes, we're going to have maybe 15 minutes, we'll have a bit of a view of the downtown of Miami. But this is a very beautiful area as well. Is the temperature okay for you back there? Are you too cold or hot, perhaps? Okay, great. Just let me know if you need anything. Again, I'm up here. You look like you're relaxing and getting a little bit of stuff done back there, so I'm just gonna let you relax as we drive gently down this road. Well, since you were in Miami last, it's changed quite a bit. The prices in Miami can be the rent prices are very high. It's hard for average people, but it is an amazing city filled with magic and just incredible things to do, tropical breezes and white sand. But it does have some difficulties, of course, as any place, but it's definitely a very nice place to live. Yeah, I live over there in that area. That's a very nice area. It's sort of up and coming. But I got a good deal on the place, so I got kind of lucky. So you said you're meeting a friend here. That's great. It's always good to see old friends. Well, they're in the Brickell area. That's very cool. That's a nice area. It's a little bit right. It's a little pricey these days. And we've got some Christmas trees already up here in early November, early to mid-November. Yeah, we have an angry driver over there, it looks like. The traffic here, rush hour, can get pretty bad. Trust me, I totally understand where you're coming from. We'll get to your destination with plenty of time to spare. Don't worry, don't stress. You're in good hands. So when you were here last, did you fly into Miami Airport or Fort Lauderdale? I see. Yeah, Fort Lauderdale can be a pretty big drive from to Miami, but it can be a bit less hectic getting out. Thankfully, it's not too hot of a day or evening. So we're passing through the Coconut Grove area, which has some really cool things, the Barnacle State Park, some really great restaurants, and more. what you have over here is the, like I said, the Metro Rail, but also the University of Miami, which is quite a large institution, and one of the main universities in South Florida. Over that way to the left, where there's all that traffic, is towards Little Havana, which is one of the Cuban areas of Miami. A lot of great Cuban restaurants with cafecitos and pastelitos and Cuban sandwiches and a lot more. It's really delicious food. And Miami has a very strong Cuban influence. You're doing okay back there still? Oh, you're saying it's your birthday next week? Wow. That's amazing. So how old are you turning? Oh wow, that's really interesting. Happy early birthday. So you'll be able to celebrate here in Miami for your birthday. That's so great. In just a moment, we're gonna pull directly on the freeway, and we should get a really good view of the city. So, do you have any plans for your birthday to celebrate while you're here? That's lovely. So it sounds like a really great time. Right around this corner, we should have our first view of Miami. This is the downtown area. There's a lot of traffic today, unfortunately. It's definitely really busy for this time of night. This is actually the brick wall that will be coming up in front of us. And on the right here is Vizcaya, which is a sort of a beautiful European style house that was built here long ago. I forget which family it was who built it off the top of my head, but it's a big landmark here in Miami. You're in luck because there's a lot of traffic, and in that sense, you'll be able to have plenty of time to relax before we get to your destination. Yeah, it's changed a lot since you left, like I was saying. It's a lot of new buildings. Where I am from, or when I live here, I had 5 skyscrapers built in the very short period of time that I lived here. So it's very quickly developing. There's actually some water back there if you want to grab a bottle, because it might be a bit of a bottleneck here. Well, I definitely have some recommendations as we drive past this incredible city over here on your right. But South Beach is one place I would go, but I also would recommend a visit to the Everglades. If you're looking for a little hiking and adventure, the animals there are pretty much one of a kind. There's many unique species, and it's a beautiful ecosystem that's unlike anywhere else I've ever seen. I also really enjoy the Wynwood area, which is kind of like hipster, Brooklyn-y, Brooklyn sort of Miami vibes. It's a very up-and-coming area. I really enjoy the Fairchild Tropical Gardens as well, which are a giant expanse of tropical trees, plants, flowers. Those are some of my favorite places. But you also can't go wrong with a trip down to the Keys, to Key West. It's a beautiful blue tropical drive over hours of ocean. The freeway is right over the water, so you're surrounded by tropical, clear, blue water. It's one of the more beautiful drives that I've done. Another cool area is Palm Beach. There's a lot of interesting things up there. Beautiful beaches and high upscale shops. That's about an hour north of here. Hour and a half. And of course I should mention the Design District, which is sort of the fashion area, the fashion headquarters of Miami. You'll see a lot of high-end shopping in case you're into that kind of thing. See in the distance there's a stadium. We have Inter Milan, the soccer team for the MLS. That play there. We're actually going over the river area, which is a really cool area with some cool bars down there. It's right there down to the left there. You can see there's a spot I like called the Wharf, which is really, they throw events there. It's basically just a giant bar on the river. You probably can see over on this side, but Miami is over there in the skyline. Let's see if we can change lanes here. Another area I really like is Key Biscayne, which has beautiful nature paths, trees, fauna. It's a very nice time to take a nice stroll in the sun, the sound of the ocean, and the waves lapping against the rocks. In South Beach, there's South Point Park, which I highly recommend. It's a very beautiful view on the pier over there. And of course, the famous Joe's Stone Crab, which is a seafood restaurant. That is one of the oldest restaurants and buildings in Miami. Should be in your destination in about 15 minutes or so. It's too bad he won't be here in a couple months for the Food and Wine Festival, which is really, really fun as well. So now we are driving past the Wynwood area here on the right-hand side over here. And of course, towards the water is Edgewater. It kind of runs up the coast a little bit. So you never told me what kind of work you do for a living. You briefly mentioned just something. But, oh, I see you did. I think actually you did mention it earlier. My apologies. So how do I like driving for Uber? Well, like I said, I meet amazing people, and I have some other work. I do YouTube for my main job, but it's really nice to be on these beautiful drives, to see the beautiful city of Miami, and to talk to people like yourself. Absolutely, thank you. I do feel pretty lucky, and of course meeting people like yourself, it's just the ultimate pleasure to just meet people around the world. That's one of the joys of driving. I mean, to be honest, sometimes it's hard because it is, not always the best, most stable form of income. I do sympathize with a lot of the drivers out there for those who are full time, but I do feel lucky that for me it's a little different situation. I'd say it's just about 10 more minutes here until we're at your destination. Orlando's okay. It's good for Disneyland, of course. Have you been to St. Augustine or Tampa, Naples, Jacksonville, Daytona, Tallahassee? There are a lot of cool cities all throughout Florida. Now we're passing through the Midtown area, in between Design District and Midtown Miami, which is sort of a new and up-and-coming development. I'm sorry, what was that? Of course. You need to change the destination. Your friend is changing the meetup location. Well, that's great, so they can pick you up over here. Great. Yeah, the South Beach is like right over on the other side of that bridge there, so we're just maybe a 10-minute drive. It might be a little bit of some traffic, but if you grab dinner, by the time you're done, it should be cleared up. Okay, great. Well, then I'm going to pull us right into this little area called Edgewater. And I can drop you up where your friend is suggesting. I think in the app it just needs to be updated, but you should be good. No problems at all. We already headed kind of in this direction. The traffic was really bad on the bridge there, so I wanted to cut around a lot of it with my secret path. But it's definitely been a pleasure to meet you and to chat a little bit. And I hope that you found this somewhat relaxing. Yeah, I always used to fall asleep in the backseat. My parents would drive me places, or a friend or something. I always ended up falling asleep, so no worries if you fell asleep for a few moments. Lovely. Okay. Well, this looks like your stop right up here. Let me pull over and you can easily get out right here. Yeah, no problem. Just gonna pull up right here. A little bit sort of downtown-ish. We'll just be right there in just a second here. Okay, great. So I believe this is your stop here. Great. Of course. Yeah. Well, that all said, I really appreciate you joining me on this drive, and I hope it was somewhat relaxing for you and not too stressful. The traffic was a bit bad, but that's sometimes how Miami can be. However, that all said, it was definitely an honor to have you, and please feel free to leave me a good review in Hoover. It always helps. And I hope that you have a really nice rest of your stay here in Miami. Absolutely have a very safe trip. Did you want me to help you with your luggage in the back? You're okay? Okay, great. Awesome, thank you. Take care. Let me help you out.